All the way from Kisumu. How was your week, Willice?
My week was good, Jesse, and I have seen some sign that you also had a wonderful week, but work has been so much. Is that so, Jesse?
Yes, but we can't complain. Good things come to those who actually toil, you know?
That is it. That is it.
All right, let's get the ball rolling and take a look at the word on the street tonight.
Oleaginous, oleaginous, oleaginous.
Olaginous, olaginous, olaginous.
Originous, originous, originous.
Oleaginous, oleaginous, oleaginous.
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 Interesting word there, Willice. I looked up the meaning. It means exaggeratedly and distastefully complimentary. Now, perhaps tell us a little bit more on how this word should be pronounced.
Now, the word also, refers to, you can use this as an adjective to mean covered in oil or grease, containing a lot of oil or grease and all that. But you say oleaginous, oleaginous. It's not very common, but it's a word that many people would use, like you would say, an oleaginous machine.
Oleaginous. Well, many thanks, Willice, for actually... Oleaginous, yes?
You say oleaginous, oleaginous.
Oleaginous.
Yes, that way.
Okay, Willice, thank you so much. Let's move over to the next word, deviating from what is expected. Is it anomalous or anomalous? How do you pronounce it, Willice?
Anomalous, exactly the way you pronounced it, Jesse. Anomalous, and you say anomaly.
Anomalous, anomaly.
Yes.
All right, making a statement or a story more interesting by adding details that are often untrue. Is it embellish or embellish?
Now, Jesse, I want us to remember that in that word, the first E takes the short sound E. You say embellish. Embellish. Many people find themselves saying embellish or embellish, but you say embellish. Just like you say to embed or to embezzle. But you can agree with me that more often than not, we hear people saying embed, embezzle, embellish. But the correct pronunciation, Jesse, is embellish, embed, embezzle.
Well, thank you for that, Willice. I have fallen victim to that a couple of times. I must come honest, come clean. Let's move over. A synonym of enormous. This is quite mouthful. Gargantuan, gigantuan. How do you pronounce it, Willice?
That is a very tricky word, Jesse, especially in pronunciation. You say ga, then ganchuan. Ga. Gargantuan.
Gargantuan.
So you don't say gargantuan, gigantuan, you say gargantuan.
Gargantuan,
Just like you can talk about to have a gargantuan appetite for food. Gargantuan appetite, yes.
Well, you made me smile when you mentioned food. Funny enough, the next word is something about fruit sugar found in plants. Let's take it back to biology days. Is it fructose or fructose?
Oh, that word has two acceptable or what you can call alternative pronunciations, Jesse. You can say fructose, that is with the voiced sound Z for that letter S, but you can also use the unvoiced sound S. So the two acceptable or alternative pronunciations are fructose and fructose. Fructose, fructose. Just like you say glucose or glucose. And you can also say lactose and lactose.
Okay, the next word seemingly looks quite easy to the tongue. The unpunctuated does not. You know, doesn't. I don't know. How do you say it, Willice?
Oh, you are talking about the short form or the contraction of does not.
Yes.
You say doesn't. Doesn't. But Jesse, you must have heard many people saying doesn't.
Yes.
Doesn't you? He doesn't. You don't say that. He doesn't. She doesn't. So we also say hasn't, not hasn't. Wasn't, not wasn't.
So the S is pronounced as a Z.
Yes, it takes what we call now technically, that is what we call the voiced sound Z.
Okay. Okay, well, let's over to the next word. Repeated occurrence of boils on the skin. Is it furunculosis or furunculosis? Quite mouthful.
That is a mouthful indeed. You
Yeah.
say few at the onset. At the beginning, you begin with the sounding few. Then you say rank, rancu, furunculosis, furunculosis.
Furunculosis.
That is it, furunculosis.
Finally,
a very tricky
finally.
word to pronounce.
All right. Next word, a rank of an officer in the army. I've had two contentious pronunciations on this particular word. Is it lieutenant or lieutenant?
Just see, when we talk about RP, RP refers to received pronunciation. That is the standard form of British pronunciation, and it has its approximations. You say lieutenant, lieutenant. That is the British pronunciation. When you use lieutenant, lieutenant, that is the American pronunciation. And as I always tell people, we have those who are inclined to American English. You can't stop them from using the American pronunciations. But when you are strict and you're keen on British pronunciation, you say lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Okay. But both can actually pass?
That is it. You can use lieutenant or lieutenant, but lieutenant is commonly used in American English.
Okay, thank you, Willice. Over to the next word, meaning placing two words side by side and letting the viewer compare them. Is it juxtaposition or juxtaposition?
Oh, you say juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. And remember, we also say composition, not composition. Composition, juxtaposition.
Okay, thank you for that. Referring to something of a kind, species or species?
Species, the way you have said it. Species. What we should avoid is species or species. It's species. And Jesse, now that you've asked about this word, we should also remember that we say series, not series. Not series. You say series, species.
All right, thank you, Willice. Let's take a look at some of the feedback you have for us tonight as we continue with Mind Your Language.
Great. Straight away to Lawrence Jr. And we don't say Lawrence, you say Lawrence. Lawrence Jr. of KU, I hope that is Kenyatta University, you say thesis. To write a thesis, not that thesis, you should avoid it, please. You don't say thesis. Many people say thesis, but I want to make the clarification. Letter E takes the long sound E. A thesis. To write a thesis. But commonly, we hear a lot of to write a thesis. So Lawrence Jr. of KU and our dear viewers get that right. Simon Peter Okwao of Kumi, Uganda, another man who really loves Friday Briefing and the segment itself. And loving English is great for our dear brother in Uganda. You say enable, to enable. Masinda Mboki of Makueni, you say rapporteur, rapporteur. But remember, the word that we commonly call rapport is rapport. To strike a rapport. Elvis Oliver Wagude of Kanyawanga High School, you say paradigm, dissipate, and meticulous. Meticulous. There is that stress on the second syllable. Meticulous. Then we have Felix Asete of Nairobi. You say soliloquy. Don't say soliloquy. Soliloquy. And we also say sleuths. The sleuths. You can also say sleuths, but sleuths is in fact the best way to say it. Then B-E-N-A-R-D. That name, when you don't have an R, you say Bernard. B-E-N-A-R-D, Bernard. But when you have B-E-R-N-A-R-D, you say Bernard. So that you'll have that E and R functioning as what we call a digraph, a combination of two letters representing one sound. So, Ben J.N. Keraro, Kevin Jabba, and Gerald Bosire. Oh, thank you very much for loving Mind Your Language, or good pronunciations that much. Catherine Nelima of Kakamega, chaperone. Don't say chaperone. The digraph CH takes the sounding sh, chaperone. Paul Mwaura Kamau, albeit and revel. Senator Robbie of Mandera, reprieve. Reprieve. Don't say reprieve. Reprieve. Jacob Zuma Otiende of Ojola Kisumu, you say fatalities. Then we can now go straight to the surprise word for tonight. And many people find themselves saying imperative. It is imperative. No. You say it is imperative. Imperative, not imperative. And dear viewers, remember you also say cooperative. Cooperative. That is C-O-O-P-E-R-A-T-I-V-E. Cooperative. Then you say relative, my relative, not my relative. Relative, no. You say relative, but that second sound E is a weak sound E. We call it a schwa technically. Then we come now to confusing words, which we gave a sneak preview of the same at the beginning of tonight's Friday briefing. Now, the first word, that is the upper word, you say wreak, to wreak. W-R-E-A-K, wreak. That is to cause. Like when we talk about floods wreak havoc. Don't say floods wreak havoc. That will be vague. Floods wreak havoc. The second word is wreck. That is to damage. To damage or to destroy. To wreck the boat. Wreck. Now, the lower word is wretch. You say wretch for the word that is below. So, these words, when we bring you the confusing words, we want you to get a way by which you can communicate clearly and effectively, especially for those who are in careers of serious communication. Then, finally, we have what we call the phonetic or sound symbols that nowadays we help our viewers to understand. Like when we have the one this side, that is called a diphthong. A diphthong is a glide on two vowel sounds. Ow, ow. You talk of a couch. Don't say couch for this word. This word is pronounced couch. So it has the diphthong ow, couch. Then this side, we have the diphthong o. O, that glide, we have it as o. You say coach. A football or soccer, coach, coach. So couch and coach. Jesse. It's very important for people to understand sometimes some of these things if we want to use English or any other language by understanding the phonology or the sound system. Otherwise, we can also interact with our viewers, those who love English, during the other days of the week. That is at Willice Ochieng 1 on my Twitter handle. And Jesse, our brother Mulindi, is already telling me it's hot tonight. Friday briefing, and mind your language.
All right, Willice, the word master right there. Perhaps let me engage you in one other question. Kibet is asking how you pronounce saunter, the word S-A-U-N-T-E-R. How do you pronounce that word, Willice?
In that word, Jesse, tell Kibet and other viewers that S-A-U-N-T-E-R, you say saunter, not saunter. Saunter. After the sound S, we have that A and U combining to represent the long vowel sound O. You say so, saunter, just like August, not August. Launch, not lounge. Lord, not loud. And that is how English can be sweet when you use the correct pronunciation, Jesse.
All right, many thanks, Willice. I'm sure our pronunciation is getting better by the day. Many thanks to Willice, the word master, always shedding light on these contentious words, big words. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Willice. Many thanks. And of course, you can always find him at Willice Ochieng 1. Now, Ashley.
Yes.
Is it Solilo Q or Solilo Q?
You tell me.
I got you.
You tell me, Jesse. You know, the same way you're teasing me with English, I can tease you with Swahili.
I heard you. Swahili is really good.
I'm trying, you know, trying to keep my Coastarian roots in check.
Aya basi.
Aya basi. Njoo kufundishe kupika samaki wa kupaka na kukunja. Na limau na ndimu.
That's where we wrap it up, folks. I don't want to look bad on air. So anyway, my name is Jesse Rogers. Thank you so much for watching. It's always a pleasure.
I'm Ashley Mazuri. Our sign language interpreter is Gideon Bogo. Good night. See you tomorrow on Weekend Pride.
Okay, bye-bye.